So I thought I'd start off this video by telling you all a story. So last week, I had to be out of the house for a little bit, and Kendrick, who is my dog, decided that he wanted to take up knitting. And so when we got home from the day, there was like stuff everywhere, and I was really upset about that, obviously. But I thought I would take this time, I was going to show it at the end of the podcast, to show you one of the most disrespectful ways to show one of my acquisitions. So this is a skein that I picked up over the past 2 weeks. It doesn't have a tag anymore, but it's Gnome Depot, and it's in the colorway Dipod Stripes. So I get to have the pleasure of untangling this at some point, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's a disaster. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Take 61. What's good, peacemakers? Welcome back to another episode of the Piece4PeaceCrafting Podcast. I'm Michael, and this is my crafty corner of the YouTube universe. If you would like to find me on other social media, you can find me on Ravelry as Piece4PeaceCraft, or over on that other site, Instagram, as Piece4PeaceCrafting. That is the number 4, not the word 4. And if you like music and you want to groove out, there is a playlist associated with this podcast, and that is the Piece4PeaceCrafting Podcast playlist. All those words over in Spotify. If you have trouble finding it, please just reach out to me. I can send you a link that will direct you there. How is everyone doing? I feel like most of you I was just hanging out with. If you tuned in to the Tube Dudes Live. It's like a running joke now, the fact that like everyone has trouble saying it. Tube Dudes Live event that happened last Sunday. So today is March 25th, so that would have been on March 19th. A bunch of us went live that day. So myself, Cabin Boy Knits, Stuart from the Wool Patch, the boys at Needles at the Ready, and the guys over at Fiber Hustle. We all went live throughout the day to talk about fun spring makes, or things that are getting us excited for spring, since we are now in spring, despite it snowing here this morning. I wouldn't say snow. It definitely flurried and rained this morning. So yeah, we just hung out with each other. If you did not catch that live, you can go back on to my page for this podcast, and if you click, it says home videos live, if you click the live tab, it will be in there. It's really weird. YouTube doesn't put all the videos all together anymore. You just have to go and look for it. Or you can search the hashtag Tube Dudes Live, and the videos should pop up from not only myself, but from all of us who participated in that event. Okay, so that's that. Other than that, y'all, my 2 weeks have been a little bit crazy. Thank you to everyone who reached out after the last episode when I said I was having some health things. That was really kind and really sweet and meant a lot. On the mend, starting to feel better, so that's good. Positive, we love that. And I just have been like really busy with work and things, and I'm happy to just like get a second to just like breathe for a minute and sit down and record an episode for all of you today. Honestly, I really wanted to podcast earlier in the day, but one of the projects that I'm working on, I'm really excited about. And so I was just sat and... Can you please not shake that? And I just wanted to work on it all morning. And then I was like, oh my gosh, you have to get up off of this couch and go and record a podcast episode. So here we are. Oh my gosh, another thing. And actually, I'm gonna be all over the place today. I feel like this episode might be a little bit long. I have four projects that I'm working on. I have a bunch of acquisitions that have been like... Does this happen to anyone else? I purchased some stuff like the beginning of the month. Yeah, the beginning of the month. And a couple other things like later, like after that. And sort of everything came all at once. Everything Everywhere All at Once. I still haven't seen it. I need to see it. And so I just feel like it's a lot that I want to show you all. So strap in. First thing is, in the last episode, I was talking to you all about these trays that Angel of the Scrappy Angel had just come out with, her Michael box tray. And I showed mine, and I got two more because why not? So this one is the tan one. And this one is the shimmery black one. And shout out to everyone who saw the episode, went over to her shop. She sold out of them. We love that. Good job, y'all. If you are interested, I'm going to show it again. But if you're interested, I would definitely go and give Angel a follow. And hopefully when she has more in the shop, if you are interested in it, you can snag one of these as well. So... Here's her little tag. So that's the Scrappy Angel. And so these are the box trays. So this is the one that I showed previously was like just the prototype. And so these are what they are now. And so they're these little trays or boxes that unzip. If I can get the zipper to work. There we go. And they open up into just like a little box. So like I've said before, I've used mine for a bunch of different things, holding projects, keeping just like notions and things. Depending on what I need it for, that's what I'm using it for. What I need it for? Yeah. Some cool things that have been added are these fun little pockets now that are on the inside. So there's one on each, actually there's two on each side, and there's little elastic that you can tuck things away in. If you have like little notion-y things that you just want to keep tucked away and inside of your tray. So again, that's the Michael box tray. Shout out to everyone. When she texted me and said, oh my gosh, like they are going so fast. And I was like, yes, I love that story. So definitely go out and check out her shop. Hopefully there'll be more coming soon. You should definitely snag one. All right. So let's get into some makes, shall we? All right. So the first thing is my only finished object. And if you watched the live, you've already seen this. But if you haven't, this is the Teeny Weeny Beanie by John Philippe Cliche. And I knit this up. It wasn't even a whip the last time I was here with you all. I knit this up like since then. So this this is a garter stitch beanie that is meant to be worn not covering the ears. I knit mine, which you can kind of, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. I knit mine using this Primrose DK, and the colorway is Devotion. And so this yarn is a 3-ply DK, and it's 230 yards for 100 grams, and it's 60% American superwash merino and 40% domestic non-superwash merino. So I got this when I was in Rhinebeck, and I thought that was a really cool combination. So I picked up 2 of them, not knowing what I would do with them. And when I saw this hat pattern, I was like, oh, this would be the perfect thing to use for that. So, like I said, it's garter stitch, and because of the 2, what I am assuming, I could be totally wrong, if you look, you can see the variation in the colors, sorry. And I feel like that is the superwash and the non-superwash, like sort of heathered together, which I thought was really cool. I love the top of this hat. The decreases I think are really beautiful. And the construction of the hat I think is pretty cool too. So without giving too much away, you start with a provisional cast on. You do some stockinette and then some ribbing, and then you put them together, and then so here's the inside of it, it's just stockinette, and then you do some fun things to work out some shaping things, and then you start doing the top of the hat. And the hat is just supposed to be worn like not covering your ears, which is one of my favorite ways to wear a hat, especially now that the season is changing, when it's not too cold outside, but I just want the top of my head to be warm, but like not necessarily my ears. Yeah, it's great. I love it. I've been wearing it a bunch since I made it. Yeah, I've definitely just been rocking it. I've been wearing it on walks with the dog. Super cool. Highly recommend. It took me like 2 days to knit. This is why we love our smaller projects. A hat doesn't take very long, and this one is very clear and easy, the pattern to read and understand. So yeah, that's all I have for finished objects. Now, should we talk about, I'm gonna stick this back in here. Should we talk about some things that I've been working on? This should be exciting. All right, first things first. I have been commuting a lot again, and so I have been working on these socks. These socks are, I'm using KnitPicks Stroll, and this is in the color Gumball, and that's a 75-25, so superwash merino, 25% nylon, or 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and yeah, Gumball. So fun, sort of rainbowy. I have another pair of socks that are shorties, and then I'm just using a contrast of just some bare stroll that I have for like heels, toes, and cuffs. I pulled these back out and wanted to just like give them a go again. They were like sitting in a timeout for a hot second. So I think the last time I saw you, I was like down here. Obviously I didn't put a marker in because I forgot. And so I've done all of this just while traveling to and from schools that I go teach at. They're just a plain vanilla sock. I'm due mine on US 1, so 2.25, and I do them toe up 2 at a time, and so I increase to 68 stitches, and then I just keep going. I have my markers in the back for where my heel is gonna go, and honestly I don't have much more of this yarn left, so I'm just gonna knit until the gumball runs out, and then I'll do my cuffs and then go back in and add the heel as well. Now, while I was working on these, I came to a realization that I don't think that I like right now like a variegated or like this I guess this would be variegated. It's just like, I'm not feeling it. Just like knitting it, I'm like, whatever. I think I've probably been knitting too many striped socks recently. And that to me is just like more exciting. Like, I love just like watching the stripes work up and oh my gosh, I'm gonna get to the next color and ooh, this is so fun. Like, here comes that purple again. Like, that's really neat. And like, I know it's like, well, how many pairs of striped socks does one need? And my answer is all of them. That's not to say that I'm not gonna use like a variegated or like a tonal or solid colored yarn to make socks ever, but like, just as I've been working on this, and it could just be the colors of this, not that I don't like them, obviously I bought the yarn so I do enjoy them, it's just like I'm like not feeling it really, but I want them done because I want this project bag to be empty. So that's my first thing. Okay, thing number 2 is, all right, so I'm pretty sure that I can show this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can show this. If not, just like pretend that I didn't show it. So I am working on a test knit for, sorry, there's just like stuff everywhere. Oh, out of that skein for this hat, I did have a little bit of yarn left over. I didn't weigh it. It's just like been sitting in this little cake until I put it in that safe space blanket that I started, that I haven't touched. So I'm doing a test knit for Stephen West, and it is a dog sweater, and I'm pretty sure they said that we can show it, and it's due soon, and I'm almost done with it. And for this, I'm using leftovers of my, what was that? For Fox Sake sweater. So I knit that using KnitPicks Gloss DK, which is 123 yards for 50 gram ball per a 50 gram ball. And it's 70% merino wool, 30% silk. This dog doesn't deserve it after what he did to my other yarn. So I'm using the Gloss DK from KnitPicks. I ran out of a color, so because they were leftovers, and so I'm just waiting on the yarn to come, and I think it's gonna be here tomorrow, so I can finish it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what I'm doing is there's like 1,000 ball bands. Look at these scraps. So again, this is all KnitPicks Gloss DK. This is the color Navy. This is Robot, so the lighter gray, and this orangey color is Masala. And then there's one other color, which is a darker gray, and that color is Hawk. And so I just, and it's living in this bag that, like, I don't know, 2 years ago I made. These used to be pants. They were pants. I wore them a lot. They had seagulls on them, and I thought they were fun. If I remember, I'll put in a picture here of me wearing them, because I know some of you won't believe me. So I made that bag when I was like, I want to learn how to make project bags. Anyway, all right, so this is the brioche dog sweater. Oh wait, what's the bottom? This way? Oh no. Yeah. So this is where the head's gonna go, and then here's the little leg holes. And so what I'm doing for this test knit is I knew that I wasn't gonna have enough of one of the colors, and I misgauged which color it was. So I am doing a few rows and then of like the Robot, and then adding just a couple rows of the Navy, so it has like a fun little striped vibe to it. And then using the hawk, so that darker gray, as my main color for all the brioche. The masala, I just wanted to have a little pop of something, and so I'll probably put that on the end of the sweater as well. So like once I go back and pick up for the legs and have to bind off, I'll probably do that in the masala, and then the end of the garment as well. So this pattern isn't out yet. It should be coming at some point since it's in the testing phase. But I was really excited to have been chosen to be one of the testers for it. I've been wanting to make Kendrick another sweater since I made him his first one. And it is still cold here. Like I said earlier, it was like flooring this morning. So it was definitely chilly outside. And I thought this would be cute. Just something for him. To me, it looks a little big, but much like when I do with my own sweaters, when I held it up to the other sweater that I made him, it's actually a little bit smaller, which is perfect because, as most of us know, with brioche, once it's blocked, it will stretch out a little bit. And I'm planning on just steam blocking it. I'm not going to do a wet block with it. I'm just going to steam block it just so that the stitches relax a little bit. It's so cute though. Yeah, so hopefully that yarn will be here tomorrow, and I have to finish this by the end of the week. So I will definitely be getting this done. Yeah, so keep an eye out if you have a little one, a little fur baby that you might want to make a sweater for. I would keep this one in mind if you like brioche. It's been really fun and enjoyable to like work on it. Yeah, just testing it out, see how it's going. Once it's out, I'll talk more about it, sizing and all of that, but hopefully by the time I'm done with it, I'll be done with it before it comes out, probably. Not probably, I will. Okay, so that's that. So many things. All right, oops, this goes in this bag as well. All right, the next thing that I thought I was gonna be done with, if I'm being honest, but it like just didn't happen. And like I had to tell myself at one point, like, you can't beat yourself up because you didn't finish like a sweater. Like, what are you thinking? But I did want it to be done by this weekend, and it's not, and like that's okay. What I will say is I do want it to be done before YarnCon, which is next weekend, because I would love to wear it there. Yes, and I think I can get that done. So this is crinkle of the pattern, the Lento Sweater. I've shown this a bunch. I made one for my roommate. She actually wore hers the other day, and she like paired so hers is like a light, like lavender color, and she wore hers the other day paired with like a cute little black skirt and like fun shoes, and she was just like walked down the hallway, and I was like, that looks amazing. So mine is coming along, I have to say. I finished the body. So where's the back? This is the back. So the body of the sweater is done. I'm using Rowan felted tweed, which is a DK, and a mohair. So I'm using KnitPicks Aloft in the colorway Labyrinth, the mohair to go with it. The Rowan felted tweed is just like, I don't know, let me see if there's a color number on here. Is there a color? It's gonna be a no. Yeah, no. Wah wah. It is 50% merino, 25% alpaca, 25% viscose. The Rowan felted tweed. Because of the mohair, it's really hard to see the tweedy bits in it. But when I'm holding it and like working on it, like you can see some of the little flecks of tweed in it, but because of the nature of the mohair, it sort of washes it out, which like I don't mind. And in person, you definitely can tell it's not just like a solid green. It has some variation to it. But I love it. I think the fit is pretty spot on. I knit mine a little bit longer. I think that in the pattern, it's supposed to stop like right at the, well, I'm basing this off of the picture. Like right at the top of the hips, and like that's not my vibe. So yeah, I just extended the length. And because the pattern is written for a fingering and a mohair held together, and I'm using a DK and a mohair, I had to do a little bit of math to figure out like what size I was gonna make. Yeah, after swatching and all of that. And so I'm knitting the 5th size, I want to say. I have them highlighted. I'm doing, yeah, the 5th size. So that's the 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the 50 inch. And because of, there was like a lot of things involved. Because of the swatch, I wasn't getting the right gauge. I think I was a little bit smaller. And so I picked the size that would get me the size that I would normally want to make, if that makes sense. So there was math involved, which is fine. I love that is like a, I don't want to say a skill, but like a skill that like I can do now. So it's like, oh, I love this fabric and I'm using, these yarns. What size can I make of X to fit my body the way that I wanted to? And so it totally worked out. So all I have to do are the sleeves for these. If you've been here, I like doing my sleeves 2 at a time. And so I'm hoping that this is done by next weekend. Like, today's Saturday, so yeah, I have until next. I have until Thursday. If I can get it done by Thursday, then I can block it, and it'll have like a day to dry, and then Saturday morning, snip some ends, put it on, go out to the fair. Super easy pattern. Highly recommend. It's a raglan top down. I didn't do the folded collar. I just did ribbing for like half of the length of whatever it says in the pattern. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's other than like making it longer, I think that's really the only modification that I made to the pattern. So that's my Lento. It's coming along. I love the color. I'm super excited about it. It's been such a great time. Once I finished mine, I told my roommate we have to go and have a photo shoot, and she was like, yes. So the two of us in our Lentos having a grand time. All right, the last. Are y'all still here? The needles. Shall I say the last one more time for you? Oh, and then it fell out of the bag. Okay, the last whip that I have for you is the spice cardigan that I've been working on. I know a lot of you have said like, oh my gosh, I wish I lived with you so that you could make me fun things. And yeah, that would be awesome. I enjoy making things for knit-worthy people. And so yeah, I am lucky that I live with 2 people. I guess they're lucky. That I live with 2 people who are super knit-worthy, and it gives me a chance to like make things that sometimes I wouldn't normally make, and like try new things. And so this is one of them. I actually bought this pattern because I thought at some point I would make it for myself, but my roommate wanted a cardigan. I gifted both of them not patterns, that's so silly. I told them that I would make them sweaters for Christmas, and then obviously they weren't going to be done for Christmas. we were going to decide and pick and do all the things. So I'm making the Spice cardigan, which is by Andrea Mowry, for my other roommate. And I'm knitting the second size of this. And you all, this is all I want to work on. I'm having so much fun doing this. I can't even with this. So, first things first. Oh, I'm using KnitPicks Wool of the Andes. So that is a worsted weight. So comes in these little 50-gram balls. I have a bunch of them. The colorway is Cobblestone Heather, and I'm holding that with, this is a horrible way to show it, but the dog also got to this, and so I wound it in a little ball. But this is, I can't wait. Oh, these purples in here. This is Yarn Hero worsted, and that is, sorry, I have a tag here because I couldn't remember. So this is their worsted weight, and it's in the colorway Straw Hat, and it's 200 yards per 90 to 100 grams, and it's a non-superwash merino wool. So these two are together. I have 3 of those and 2 of these. So last time I was working on the decreases of the sleeves, and the sleeves are done. So I decided when I was doing this that I was going to do the sleeves 2 at a time, because like I didn't want to go back. Then even when I finished these, like when I got to the point where I could like put them on the waist yarn and just like chill and hang out, and it was like, you know, in the pattern it says like repeat for second sleeve, I was like, oh baby girl, we've already done that. So here they are. You guys, I like can't stop every time I look at it, I just want to smile. I am in love with how these are turning out. So the cuffs look really long right now. They will be rolled up in the future, like once it's time. But I think that like this section, screaming. I think that the yarn is playing so well together. I really love that the sleeves are same but different. So when I was doing these, I had 4 different skeins of yarn. I was pulling from 4 different skeins of yarn at the same time. So 1 gray, 1 Yarn Hero, 1 gray Yarn Hero. So the yarn management was a little, it wasn't much, but like it was a lot to deal with. So like I only worked on these at home because like I wasn't going to be on the bus like trying to juggle 4 different balls of yarn while I was commuting home. So the sleeves are done, and I've started the body. So this will be a steeked cardigan. So I'm super excited to try steeking again. With like a proper steek. So I'm not talking about like cutting in the heels for my socks. Like I don't mind cutting yarn, I think it's fine, but like steeking a garment is, well, I've only done it once, and it was like stressful the first 2 like, and then after that I was like, yes ma'am, let's go and let's do this. So this will be steeked at some point, so it's just in the round for right now. Let's move that back so that you can see it's curling a little, because I don't know why. So I started the body. So the body's done from bottom up. And I'm obsessed. After doing my, what was the name of that sweater? Light Festival sweater, the one with all the ribbing and the huge cowl turtleneck, like ribbing who? I thought I was like, oh, 3 inches of ribbing, that's like gonna take a while. And then I was like, you literally just did a sweater that like the whole thing was primarily ribbing. again, so the body's coming along. I'm loving the yellows in here. Like I said, I can't wait to get to that fun lavender that's in it. It's just so cute. It's literally all I want to work on. Like, the repeat is like easy enough to remember. So like if I put it down and I'm like, oh my gosh, where was I? Like it's super easy to tell where you were. Yes, it is 1x1 color work all over, but yeah, I definitely have like a rhythm to it now. I can like have a program or a show on in the background and like not eyes up watching it. I mean, for a couple of the rows I can do that because there is no color work, but like for the color work rows I can like peek and go back, which is really cool as well. Anyway, I'm obsessed. I'm loving this. I like the next thing is, because this cardigan has pockets, and like the next thing is like knits the body until you get to X amount of length, and then we're gonna like mark where the pockets are gonna go. And I want nothing more than to get to that spot just so I can like do this technique or whatever. I'm so excited. So that is the Spice Cardigan by Andrew Mowry. Having a blast with it. All right, so there's a couple things that I would like to show because I said I bought a bunch of stuff in the beginning of the episode. So cheers, buckle up, here we go. All right, where should I even start? I know where to start. So, during or at the end of the Dude Tubes Live, my friends over at Fiber Hustle officially launched their website. And so Erin is dyeing yarn and Chip is creating these project baskets that maybe some of you have seen. And so I was lucky enough to be able to get into the shop and snag a couple things. You all, I didn't say this earlier, but everything that I'm talking about for my new friends is going to be linked below. So all these shops, all the patterns, all the yarn, just click the little, caret. It'll drop down, show more, all the stuff is in there. So fiberhustle.com, go over, join the mailing list so that you don't miss out on anything. So I picked up 2 skeins. What? This first one is Blinging on Blue, and it is a one of a kind, and it's a DK, 231 yards, superwash merino. I just thought it was a pretty blue, and Aaron loves blue, so I figured I should get a color that he's really into. And I think this would be really dope in a sweater. So, like my plan, I know it's superwash, but my plan is to make another bubble sweater for myself and use this as the bubble color. Hopefully, we'll see about that. And then the second color is called Golden Kelp, and it's on his fingering base. And this is 400 yards for 100 grams, and it's a 2-ply 80/20. I'm obsessed with this color. I don't know what it's gonna be. That's fine. I just know that this color's crazy. It's so fun. Is it better there? No, it's better here. We love. And then Chip is making these baskets. I'm sure. Oh, I showed one. If you watched my Rhinebeck recap video, I showed like a small little prototype, and so now they're officially available. This is the medium size. Oh my gosh, it even has a little fiber hustle bag or fiber hustle tag on it. And it says chip basket. So these are, these baskets, this is the medium size. They have a snap on the top so that you can hold it open if you wish, or you can fold, oh, I guess if I put yarn in there, you can fold it down and then it's a little bucket. For right now, I'm gonna leave mine like this so that I can carry it around the house. They come in 4 sizes. I think 4 sizes. This is the rust colored. I took it out of the bag, so I don't remember. I think this is the rust colored one. I'm obsessed. I'm so glad that I got one because it's been a minute. Everybody wants them, and I'm happy that I have one. So I would definitely go over to their site and sign up for their mailing list so you know when the next drop is gonna happen. There's probably there might be some yarn still in the shop. I didn't check before I started recording, but whatever. Go over, check it out. I'm obsessed. Love these. Love this. Love it, love it, love it. All right, that's thing 1. Thing 2 is in my state of not feeling the best, I decided that I was going to treat myself one day, and I decided to go onto Webs, which is yarn.com, and so the yarn that I'm using for my Lento, that green, the Rowan felted tweed, I really thought that I was going to use that to make the Wrong Side sweater by Maxim Sear. If I remember, I'll put a picture of that in here. It's just like a cute sweater. It has some stripes like on the collar and the cuffs. Yeah, and it's on the wrong side. I think the original, I think his design was done in La Bien-Aimée Quarry Confetti worsted, and like it looks great. That's a little bit out of my price point, and so I was like, oh, I'll use this Rowan felted tweed for that. Like that'll be cute. Like the tweed will give it like the same vibe as the confetti. And then I swatched for it. It like wasn't I like wasn't getting gauge. It wasn't the fabric that I was really going for, and so well, also it's a DK, and I think that sweater is definitely a worsted. And so I was like, okay, that's fine. Like at some point I will figure it out. So I decided that I'd seen some folks talking about this kind of yarn and I wanted to try it. So I picked up some Ploto Lopy, and this from Webs, and this is in the color, well, the color that was on the thing said Cosmos. And so this is that. It's definitely a black with like, I mean, it's giving you Cosmos. Some blues and reds, yellows. Yeah, it's like primary colors. Anyway, this is that like unspun yarn. So I'll just do the end. It like is super delicate and like pulls apart really easily. But you can also really easily splice it back together. And so I did some YouTubing, as one does, to figure out like how to work with this. I've seen, people talking about it or whatever. And so please stop. You're shaking the camera. Thank you. So if it's held by itself, it's a DK, but if you hold 2 strands of it together, you can get a worsted gauge for it. It is super light because it's just like unspun. And most of the things were like, if you just like aren't really rough with it, like you should be fine, smooth sailing. And it definitely is sturdy enough once it's knit into fabric that it won't split so easily. So I picked up, I think they're sold in these plates, and I think I got, 8 of them, 9 of them. So it's 328 yards for 100 grams, but I have to hold it together, so it's half that. I got 9. So I got 9 of these to be the body of the sweater, and then I thought I would add this, which is the Lopy. I don't remember what the colorway they had online was, but the tag says 1705 for a stripe. And then I have some of this left over from my Maya. And I thought this would just be so cute. What? So these would be my stripes. And like you all, it's just like a little pop on the collar and the cuffs. Maybe on the hem. I don't remember. To go with this sort of blackish sweater. I'm so excited to try. Like, I want my Lento to be done so that I can cast this on. That's crazy. I personally never thought that I would be in a place where I'd want to be like, just like, when's the next garment? When's the next garment? Let's go. Like, I love it. All right, last thing, and this is gonna be a little bit, oh my gosh. Okay, so, oh dear, everything just dropped. Okay, so the last thing is, I've shown some of this yarn before on here. So Fiberpunk was having a sale, and I'm a sucker for a sale. I mean, that's the end of the sentence. I'm a sucker for a sale, like probably most of us are. And so I saw that he was throwing some stuff up in the shop for sale, and so I decided that I was gonna just like buy up so much stuff. So this is Fiberpunk. It's out of Scotland. Yeah, I think. And this is sock yarn. So this is a super stripes, and it's 75-25, 100. Oh no, it says 400 meters per 100 grams. So whatever that means. Anyway, this is the color. Oh, sorry, I'm covering my mouth. This is the color Autumn Harvest. So remember, I was like, I'm knitting the socks that I'm knitting, feeling a little bit over it. I forgot that I had ordered all this, and then it shows up and I'm like, exactly, I want to be knitting stripes. So this is Autumn Harvest. Love the purple and that red and orange together. I think these are going to be amazing. I'm super excited to see what these look like knit up. This one, same base, is called Autumn Nights. Oof. Yes, blues and purples, but still with that, like, what is that, peach? And this little, like, lavendery purple color. Oh, I can't wait. And then the last one, which I'm really excited. I almost actually just like stopped making the socks I was making just to cast these on. But the last skein I got was Citrus Mama. I would say that the light is blowing it out, but no ma'am. This is how bright it is. These are obnoxious, and I can't wait to start knitting these up. It's giving me like Fruit Stripes gum, and I'm here for that. Good times. So I picked up these 3 skeins of sock yarn because apparently I need to start a new cubby, which is exciting for me. And then he was also dyeing up some fiber, and so I decided to grab some fiber as well. So this one is, it says 70% blue face luster and 30% trilobal nylon. It doesn't have a colorway. It's just, oh, it's better back here. Just some pretty, like, what's that called? Like a fade of blues. And then the second one I got is 100% Jacob wool. Whoa. And it's just a rainbow. And I thought that was cute. So I know some of you all are like, we haven't seen any spinning in a while. Like, what happened to that year-long project that you were knitting for or spinning for? And that sounds like judgment, so don't say that. But I have been thinking like, oh, I do want to get back into it. I feel like, I don't know why, but it's more of a warmer weather thing, which in my head doesn't make sense, but like that's when I liked doing it more. So these will be added to the wool stash and hopefully will be spun up soon because I think these are really inspiring. I think that's the thing is like I want to be working on things that are like really inspiring me right now, and like getting this box in the mail, getting Erin's yarn in the mail, this Ploto Lopy, like working on this cardigan, like everything that I'm using right now is like really inspiring me. So those poor songs are getting like, get out of here. But that's good. Like we want to be, you know, you want to be making the things that like excite you and yeah, make you feel happy. Like don't work on something if it's a slog. Hence why I might still have an MCal shawl that's sitting in a timeout judging me because I won't finish it. But I will get back to it soon, hopefully, because I was thinking the other day like, oh, you haven't like knit a shawl in a minute. And that like kind of was your thing. But I'm just, it's the garments for me. Anyway, okay. So let me look. I think that's it, you all. I don't have a music rec for you all this week. I think if you go back and you watch the live, I recommended a lot of music during that. And I didn't want this episode to be extremely long because of all the things that I purchased, which is kind of crazy, and the things that I'm making. But with that being said, I'm feeling, I feel like I just keep saying it, but I'm feeling very creative right now, and I hope that you all, not because of me, but just in your own space, are feeling creative as well. I feel like it's the time of year, I don't know. There's something in the air right now that makes me think that like a lot of us are just wanting to be as creative as possible, trying new things, like picking up new crafts, new hobbies. I need all of the people that I watch to stop all of a sudden wanting to pick up weaving because like I don't need a loom in this house. Did I look them up? Yes. Did I watch a bunch of videos about weaving? Yes. But like, it's just, I can't do that to myself right now. But for those of you who are like getting into it, I love that for you. And like, please keep doing it because like, I want to watch all the amazing things that you're making. Or if you do weave, like, shout out to you. Anywho, I'm getting a little rambly. That's it for this episode. I hope you all have enjoyed hanging out for however long this video ends up being. If you've made it this far and this is your first time watching, or you haven't done so already, please feel free to do all that fun YouTube stuff like comment, subscribe, ring the bell if you want to know like immediately when the episode is available. Yeah, a lot of you commented in the last video that you want a little YarnCon recap video. So that's happening next weekend. I'll definitely try to put together something. I'm planning on going just to the marketplace, probably Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, so I'll try to divvy it up on how I go about filming all of that. I'm not taking any classes, like the classes, like I'm working, like when classes are happening. So yeah, I'll just show you all around the marketplace. That should be really dope. Take you all with me. So that video will be coming out. Oh my gosh, so much. You all are gonna be sick of me. So that video won't come out next weekend, but probably the beginning of that week. So the beginning of April, that first week of April. Yeah, that's it, you all. I hope you have an enjoyable 2 weeks. I hope you're making something fun. I hope if it's warming up where you are, you get outside, go for a walk, just like get outside, see the sunshine for a minute. The sun's out right now actually, and I think I'm gonna go take the dog for a walk. So until I see you all next time, make a piece, spread some peace.